A live performance will take place right here on the west steps of the Cranert Center for Performing Arts. Spectators can enjoy live music while grabbing a bite to eat from the nearby food truck. The statue titled Computing a Future actually has a twin. Though the meet may not be the same as it normally is, these swimmers are always ready to have their race face on. Both the Espresso Royale locations on Neal Street and here on Oregon Street agreed to donate their day's tips to Wright's GoFundMe page.
Things seem to be looking up for college athletics as season tickets for Fighting Illini football are officially on sale. The Illini baseball team is taking on Nebraska this weekend.
This private stage crossing opportunity allows students to have a little bit of a more normal commencement ceremony before throwing up their caps virtually.
1.5 million COVID tests across their Urbana-Champaign, Chicago, and Springfield campuses.
Champaign County reached a major milestone in the COVID vaccination effort over the weekend. Half of the county's residents aged 16 and older have now received at least one dose of the vaccine available. UI7's Hamden Kyle tells us more about this achievement.
As this whirlwind of a semester starts to wind down, the quad can be seen full of seniors taking their graduation photos. In fact, there are some here behind us right now.
These restrictions, some students are making the best of a difficult situation. Good Morning Illini photojournalist Ryan Ash spoke to one student who is still managing to find joy in playing the game. Brad, not only are fans and players back in Memorial Stadium, but the Marching Illini are back as well to help bring some of the energy of the pre-COVID era back to football. After a long and cold winter, spring appears to have finally sprung. Or maybe we skipped it altogether because today felt like a touch of summer. This Friday, May 1st, student musicians here at U of I will be performing live for the first time this year. I spoke to band director Stephen Peterson to get some details.
A few weeks ago, we thought, well, what can we do? We can't be in Cranert as we normally are for our concerts, so what can we do to try to put a capstone on the work that we've done this semester?
The Illinois School of Music concert bands have been rehearsing all year for this live performance. Due to the pandemic, they've had to cut down their rehearsals in both time and numbers. Their ensembles have been cut in size, and students have had to practice in multiple 30-minute intervals while going between various buildings. Director Stephen Peterson says that the 30-minute practice limits have been particularly challenging.
Going into it, I wasn't sure that was going to be the case, but I learned like in the fall really soon, oh, this is hard. This is really hard. So pieces that would normally take us, 2 or 3 weeks to prepare took us all semester.
Peterson says that despite these hurdles, all of their students wanted to participate in the live concert and are excited to showcase what they've been working on. The performance on Friday will involve over 20 different ensembles playing back-to-back from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on the Cranert steps.
Band students will be performing on the west steps of Cranert Center on Friday, May 1st from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. They'll be playing a variety of songs, including the Quidditch theme from Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. There will also be a food truck for concert goers to grab a bite during the program.
I think going to a university as big as this, it's really, really easy to kind of fall through the cracks and for everybody to try to play tough and push through because everybody's just moving so fast at their own pace. So I think it's nice to be able to have something like this where it's like you can just sit there and talk with somebody and figure out, what you're going to do from here. We're the Illini Medical Screening Society, and so we give free mental health and physical health screenings. We just do blood pressure, basic vital signs, and then there's a physician to discuss, and then upstairs we have a mental health counselor that's just talking about whatever.
The Illini Medical Screening Society is a registered student organization at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. They are devoted to preventing disease through the process of medical screening and health care evaluation. Natalia Nikolaj is a sophomore volunteer for IMSS.
So a lot of people in the Champaign-Urbana area they don't have insurance or struggle to find medical providers. So we do this as a way to have preventative care for people that don't have insurance.
Due to COVID-19 restrictions, the IMSS has had to move here to the Illini Union to conduct their medical screenings.
The IMSS offers screenings 3 times a month, and their volunteers are trained by healthcare professionals. Sophomore Ioana Karas is the social chair for the organization.
Yeah, so we have a training director who is fully trained, and then all of our new members have to undergo like a very rigorous training process, go to some classes, and then testing out, which basically means you test all your skills. And then every single member every semester has to test again. It's just to refresh, make sure that they know all their skills and they haven't forgotten anything.
For more information about the Illini Medical Screening Society, visit their website at illinimss.org. One year ago, the country went into lockdown, and our world was turned upside down. Suddenly, we were taking classes online, internships were being canceled, and many of us were left wondering, now what? For senior Fatima Castillo, the boredom drove her to pick up her crochet hooks for the first time since she was 11 years old.
And I remember being like, this is like halfway through like the summer, so I was like, I'm bored. And then I was like, I want to do something with my hands. And so I remembered that we had that stuff in the closet, and I was like, I kind of want to pick it back up again. And I got into that and also knitting again. And I was like, I never actually made a garment, like a piece of clothing. I've always made like scarves, literally only scarves. And I was like, I want to actually make something that I can wear. And this was the first thing that I like crocheted for like a piece of clothing, and it was really exciting for me.
Crocheting and knitting aren't really my thing. I definitely prefer something sweet.
Some people thoroughly enjoyed their time in lockdown. Senior Alexander Bay picked up a number of new hobbies, including DJing, jewelry making, playing chess, and bartending.
I'd say that I benefited greatly from lockdown. It did wonders for me. The beginning of quarantine, my friend and I bought a bartending class online for cheap. We found it on Groupon and thought to ourselves, hey, we can't go out to bars anymore, might as well make the most of our time experimenting indoors. When it comes to bartending in the state of Illinois, you have to get a license, or at least you have to take a class that basically tells you, hey, don't let drunk people drive, don't black people out, just, watch out for customers, your do's and don'ts, being a responsible bartender.